Rookie of the year.
What would you say is your biggest piece of advice for anyone that is wanting to break into the real estate market in 2024?
Coming into this market, seek counsel, not opinion. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah.
I led you.
Yeah.
But you drank it and you freaking ran with it.
There's just no perfect time.
Yeah.
That's something that you learn.
Yeah.
As an agent, as someone who's in the business. There's never a perfect market or perfect scenario. What has been the most exciting transaction for you so far in 2024?
The most exciting one that I had this year was getting my brother into his first home. Right, so let's talk. This is the evolution of Women Talk Wednesday.
It's been such a long time coming. We've been talking about sitting down and just getting a mic in front of us and discussing all things real estate, personal, life-related, DMV-related, and the fact that we're here is just the biggest blessing. So we've been doing our Women Talk Wednesdays and going live on Instagram every Wednesday, and now we just wanted to take it to the next level.
Basically take our phone calls in front of a mic and a camera.
Exactly. There's so many conversations that Melanie and I have had where we're like, where's our mic? Like, we need to put this out there for the world, because we both come from like a servant heart and we want to give as much as we can to other people, and especially, you know, women, people in business, entrepreneurs, people in real estate that can benefit from the conversations that we have. So
I think eventually we'll get pretty deep. So.
I think so. I think so too.
I just have to kind of like get used to this mic.
The mic is your new baby now.
All right, Mike, let's do this. Yeah.
So this is just an extension of, you know, what we've been doing with our Instagram lives every Wednesday, and we're here. We're going to call it Women Talk Wednesday. We're here to...
Unless, you know, we have some people who have, hey, you should call it this.
Yeah, if you have better ideas.
What did someone say earlier? Hustling hour? No, her hustling hour.
Her hustling hour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty on brand with us, I'd say. Yeah. So that works too. So just introducing ourselves. I'm Diana Wassel. I am a realtor. I've been in the business for a couple of years now. Very, very blessed to be in this business. It's been thrilling. It's been exhilarating. And my mentor sitting right next to me I'm honored to be your mentor. I am honored. And we'll get into the story of how we met and how the inception of Melanie and Diana started. But yeah, it's been since 2022 in this industry. I've learned a lot. I've developed myself a lot through being in this industry just as a person, gained so much confidence, discipline, knowledge through this industry, and surrounding myself with people who have been doing it for a long time and at a high level. It's been amazing. So that's just a little intro on me. And then Melanie here has been in the industry for a very long time.
Melanie Corey. Been in the real estate game for just about a decade, which is insanity to me. Insanity. I've seen it all, but honestly, it has been so fulfilling to meet you. I will say that. Just throwing it out there. Have just Red Door Metro in general, because of course it's George.
Yeah.
That was very fulfilling. But then just meeting you, and we can kind of like dive into that because as much as I know I have mentored you and helped you, you have taught me so much. And I think that's why you and I, we kind of like bounce off of each other, because I feel like there's like a mutual, you and I we are rare. We're the rare women that are not catty. We're not competitive.
100%.
There's like some friendly competition there, but like we are, what was it that we were talking about earlier today? It's like when we're all in the boat and the tide rises, we rise together. And that's the mentality that we bring, that we really want to like give back to the community, because if we have more, especially women who think this way, the things that we can do.
100%. Mic freaking drop. That was like literally, like you just said it all. And that I feel like that began the moment that we met each other. I was looking around for brokerages. I just became licensed. I didn't know where to go, what to do, how to begin. I was like a fish out of water, and Melanie saw my Instagram stories of me shopping around for brokerages and looking to see what the best fit for me would be. And she said, hey, are you interested in just sitting down and having a cup of coffee with me? And the moment we sat down and met each other, we just were like both on this, like in alignment, on the same wavelength, the same mindset, just both open books, so honest and rare, conversations that you have for the first time with someone.
I remember I allotted like 30 minutes with coffee. I was like, I'll meet this chick for like 30 minutes and we'll have some coffee. And we ended up, it was like 2 hours of us sitting there. And I was like, shit, Diana, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. I really love you and I want to continue this. But like, there was that energy, the synergy.
Yeah. We'll talk about what we spoke about in that first conversation in another episode. but just
2 hours.
Yeah, just that initial reaction of us being together and just like vibing on such a deep level about so many different things. I mean, it was the biggest blessing, and that was just the inception of Melanie and Diana. And ever since then, like Melanie said, like we've helped each other grow in so many ways. Like I would not be even close to where I am in my level of production or my knowledge, my expertise about real estate.
Rookie of the year. Someone was the rookie of the year last year.
If it wasn't for this woman over here, honestly, she's like a true testament to like a super woman, like a super mom, a super businesswoman. I mean, on so many different levels, she just crushes ceilings and everything that she does, not just business related, but so many other things that, you guys will get to know more as we go through.
Get to know us, because I can say the same thing about you. There should be a saying for it, but like honestly, what was it? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah.
I led you.
Yeah.
But you drank it and you freaking ran with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we want to go into with this episode is the message that we're trying to give for you guys. This episode is living in your truth.
Yes. So every episode, let's give the context. Every episode we want to leave everyone with, or start it with a mantra.
Yes. Yeah. So for episode number 1, which is something that is near and dear to me and Melanie, is living in your truth, being authentic, being your raw, real self, no matter what that is. If it's beautiful, if it's messy, if it's everything in between.
Chaotic.
Sometimes chaotic.
If it's toxic.
If it's toxic, sometimes it can be those things. And it's just living in that truth. Yeah. And I feel really blessed because I surround myself with people who are very honest with me and with themselves.
Yes.
So I think that's the key to this, is surrounding yourself with people who are not fake, who are not judgmental, who are not going to try and one-up you and bring you down. It's people who are real with themselves and where they are in their lives.
Yeah.
And that's an infectious quality.
It is. I was going to say that because, like what you put out is what you get back. And I feel like if you're continuously trying to be that authentic, real person, that's what you're going to attract.
Right.
It's vital.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age. I feel like
100%.
there's social media has like killed authenticity.
Yeah.
And so it's so nice and refreshing when you are able to meet another individual such as yourself. Yeah. And you are on that same wavelength. You surround yourself with individuals who want to reach levels that, together with each other and being authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think that shows up for you in like with your kids or with your family? Like in terms of like, because I see how you mom, like the type of mom that you are and how you treat your children and how you speak to them. Like, how do you think you show them that authenticity to help them in their development?
Oh man, that's a hard question. You kind of just sprung that on me. I'm always telling them, I'm trying to think of something, especially my middle child, because she's my more emotional one. I'm always talking to them about, just feeling what they feel and that it's okay to feel whatever it is that you're feeling and to really let that go. And so I think I don't know if that's answering the question, but
yeah. Well, I just admire the way that you are with your children. You're just very like straight up with them, real with them. You're so good to them. You allow them to be who they are. You allow them to express themselves.
Well, they're so much fun too, though.
Oh yeah, they're the best. I mean, if you ever meet Melanie's kids, they're literally the best 3 kids in the world. They're little angels. But they're just so well-mannered and so polite and so emotionally just beyond their ages, because they're young kids.
No, they definitely are. They really are. It's I mean, there's also life circumstances behind that. There are certain life circumstances that have been handed to them, which has unfortunately caused them to kind of grow up a little bit quicker. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm just there to help guide them. Like, I have a rule in my household is that everything you do it with the foundation of love.
Right.
And I think that is huge, because love is authentic.
Right.
And so I tell them, anything you want to do, if you base it out of love, just so much more can come out of it.
Right.
And so if you're angry, be angry in love. Like,
yeah.
Just find a way to bring the foundation back to love.
Yeah.
That's my...
Yeah.
And you? Tell me. I want to hear about you. So... Because you come off, can I say one thing about you and that I absolutely adore and is actually very inspiring, is that you come off very authentic and also very confident in yourself. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that. Where does this confidence come from? I mean, I know where it comes from, but like from within, tell me where this confidence comes from.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I grew up a child of immigrant parents. So I had to learn a lot of things on my own growing up. So I absolutely adore my mom and dad. They are the most badass, amazing parents I could ever ask for. They've been there for me every step of the way and guided me. Shout out Saida and Mansour. I freaking love them so much. I mean, those are my homies for life. But growing up, it was tough because they came into this country not even knowing the language, no money, no certainty for their future. So they started just working really hard and just trying to do everything in their power to build themselves up in this in America. And being a child of that, my first language was Farsi. My first language isn't even English. So
you had to kind of pave your way, is what you're saying.
I had to pave my way. So
Diana took the lead in her confident, like, lioness and paved her way. So growing up, like, I learned English in kindergarten because I was English is not my first language, and was kind of bullied a little bit growing up for being I was like a little bit chubbier when I was a kid. And when I was a kid,
yeah. No. And being foreign, being Muslim, especially post 9/11 times, there's a lot of bullying going on during that time for brown Americans. So you kind of build a little bit of resilience through those experiences. And then it was after college when I got really, really into weightlifting. I went into the gym, no experience at all, wasn't really into sports growing up, so I didn't really have that athletic background. But getting into the gym, learning how to lift weights, learning how to train properly. I have some mentors there too that have helped me along the way. That really helped me build a lot of discipline, confidence, and resilience in myself.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
the foundation. Yeah,
for sure. Because before that, I think growing up with foreign parents, you kind of automatically have that level of confidence because you're always like, I'm the eldest daughter. I come from immigrant family, so you always kind of have that responsibility to like be your best. Especially the way my parents raised us is like, you always have to be your best, or like, what the hell are you doing with your life? So that's always kind of.
Why did I bring you here?
Exactly. Why did I bring you to the United States? Exactly.
Get things done.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of any minority, anyone from a diaspora that's not America is going to be able to relate to this. So there's that, but then there's really that weightlifting aspect, which like I preach to everyone, like get your butt in the gym and just get on some type of exercise program regimen. It will change your life. It'll change the way that you feel about yourself. It'll change your confidence. It'll change the way you even do business. It'll change the way that you are in your relationships. Yeah. So that's what really was a turning point for me. So it's been about 7 years of consistent weightlifting for me. And I think that is the number one thing that has changed my outlook on myself, on life, So I preach this to everyone. I was a personal trainer for almost 5 years because it's my passion. It's always gonna be my passion. So I think that's probably everything kind of ties together. But I would say the main tipping point for me is working out. That has given me that
because it gives you that discipline and the confidence. And honestly, we can take that and like pivot that into how that translates into real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to have that discipline and resilience when it comes to real estate for sure. So going into that topic, we wanted to discuss some of our wins and some of our exciting moments of 2024. So I wanted to ask you, Melanie, what has been the most exciting transaction for you so far in 2024?
This year, 2024, has been a beautiful one. Super exciting because, we're aligned with many builders, and I've had some really awesome, homes you've seen go under contract.
Oh, yeah.
Like selling these gorgeous $1 million homes. But honestly, the most exciting one that I had this year was getting my brother into his first home. Getting my brother into his condo. That was so exciting because I begged him for probably like 2 years and bugged him. You need to get in a house. You need to start building wealth somehow because, it's going to be really difficult for anyone under the age of a millennial to get into real estate.
Yeah.
Unless it's like generational.
Yeah. So I went to school with Philip, with Melanie's brother. We were in the same grade. So I'm 28, he's 28, maybe 29 now. So the fact that you were able to help him get into his first home is such a freaking...
So fulfilling.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So that's the most exciting thing that happened this year for me.
That's super, super exciting. I love that you helped him with that. And my brother's next. I keep telling him, like... It's time for you to...
Yalla.
It's time to get the ball on the roll now. So...
And you, tell me, what's been your most exciting of 2024?
So I have had a lot of amazing transactions and good things happening this year. Growing with my investors, partnering up with them on some investment properties and some flip projects, and just expanding my portfolio with my investments, and then also helping my clients expand their portfolios. That's been great. My biggest highlight that I can think of is breaking that $2 million mark with the biggest transaction I've closed at $2.1 million. That was really, really exciting. I actually picked up those clients from one of Melanie's open houses.
One of the builders, yeah.
One of the builders.
That's what we mean, the tide. Everybody comes up together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Melanie has this awesome listing with our new builder that we're working with, and I hosted one of the open houses for her. This couple walked in. They really liked the house. They wanted to know more. I went and showed them a few other things in McLean. They ended up really liking one that was off market, actually, that I showed them. So that was a huge win. That
you
it was
killed
on the
it for them, Diana.
Thank you.
You were a blessing for them.
Thank you.
I can see how that's super exciting.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. So just getting them into McLean, which they've been wanting to get into for years, was super fulfilling. Just like an amazing family to work with, husband, wife, and young baby. And finding that property for them off market, getting them into the property before it even hit the market. I mean, just a lot of wins that happened with that transaction, and now they're like my friends for life, So your clients do really turn into
they turn into family.
Into family. Yeah. So that was probably the biggest win for me for 2024.
Oh, I love that.
And continuing from on that topic, what would you say is your biggest piece of advice for anyone that is wanting to break into the real estate market in 2024?
I love this. So it's actually something that George is always saying, and I resonate with it so much, and I think everyone really needs to resonate with this because this is how I'm going to leave everybody. Coming into this market, seek counsel, not opinion, because counsel is going to truly break down someone who has their finger on the pulse of the market in real time, not the dad who lost everything in 2008, not someone who bought in the 1900s and they bought, their house on 5 acres for $10,000. Not even someone who bought in 2015.
Yeah.
Like someone who seek counsel and understanding where, if this home's going to appreciate, where does the data show if this is the right area to get into,
Sorry, guys.
We're
still fighting this virus.
I know, right? What does affordability actually look like for you?
Yeah.
If you do not talk to somebody and you are in search of counsel and you are in search of opinion, like I love my mom and dad and I love my cousins and family and friends. They don't always give you the best opinion. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own life path. And so in real estate, seek counsel, not opinion.
Yeah. The last thing that you want to do is 5 years from now look at this current 2024 market and say, oh, that was a perfect market to get in. Because that's a trend that you see is a lot of people look behind them and say, I should have gone in that time. I should have gone in that time. Mm-hmm. There's just no perfect time.
Yeah.
That's something that you learn as an agent, as someone who's in the business. There's never a perfect market or perfect scenario. There's only the perfect market for you, for the individual.
Exactly. You get in where you fit in, and when you sit down and you talk to a professional, you're able to actually analyze what your path is going to look like. It's not going to look like your parents or even your friend that bought 2 months ago.
Yeah.
The market is ever changing. So that's what I'll leave you with.
I think that's the best piece of advice you could possibly give. And expanding from that, we actually are going to be hosting a amazing event coming up in about a month or so.
Adulting is hard.
Because adulting is freaking hard. And we want to make it easier for you guys.
Yes.
We want to be there and guide you guys through any financial problems that you might have, any questions. We will have a financial advisor there.
Yes.
We'll have a lender there. We'll have an attorney there. People who are in the industry, who get it.
And like-minded individuals, just like we were talking about earlier. We want to get like-minded individuals together in a room so that we can all learn from each other and in a what is that word? In a
intimidating.
In a non-intimidating setting.
Yeah.
Where you come in and maybe you don't want to talk to a loan officer. Maybe you don't even want to talk to a real estate agent, but you want to talk to a wealth advisor. Do that.
Right.
And it's just not intimidating. We can have some drinks, hang out, and go from there.
I know. I just feel like the issue nowadays is that so many people have like this individualistic mindset that like I can just do everything on my own and like get things done on my own, and whatever goal I have, I'm just going to keep it to myself and I'm just going to do it by myself. But I promise you guys, as someone who's lived it, if you come together and find your tribe of people that have the same goals and the same mindsets and the same vision, you will get there faster. That's why, as an agent, joining a team can be the best decision you've ever made.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
yes, ma'am.
That's what we're going to leave you guys with today.
Yeah, I think that's all we have for today. But thank you for joining the evolution of Women Talk Wednesday.
Yeah, this is just the beginning, a little intro teaser for what we have to come. We have some really, really excited things that we want to talk to you guys about, and some juicy things that we could probably tell you as well.
We'll drop some in there.
And a lot of real estate tips and advice and things that we can help you guys with and just better yourselves as entrepreneurs, as human beings, as people who want to be the best versions of themselves. That's what we're here to do.
Yes.